In this lesson, we're going to continue discussing long documents. If you'd like to follow along, go under your File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, scroll down to 1005, Tables of Contents, and just click Open. Tables of contents can be created for books, magazines, brochures, catalogs, manuals, and more. Now, for anyone who's tried to set up a table of contents manually, you know that it can be quite time-consuming, and it's also very easy to make a mistake by leaving something out. And it involves a lot of flipping back and forth between your table of contents and the individual pages in your document. It can take a lot of time. We're going to be creating an automatic table of contents in this document. Creating a table of contents begins and ends with styles. And you can see I have a lot of pre-existing styles in this document. I'm going to scroll through the document so you can see that it's made up of chapters with one chapter per page. Let me scroll back up, and before my chapter 1, there is a table of contents. At least there's a frame which we're going to generate our table of contents in. To do that, I'm going to go under the Layout menu. The reason why tables of contents are under the Layout menu is because it's part of a layout. I'm going to go to Table of Contents under the Layout menu, and it's going to open a dialog box. Just so we're starting from scratch, I'm going to click on Subhead and remove it, and also select Chapters and remove it. The first section that we need to deal with is Include Paragraph Styles. What does this do? Why don't we click on Chapters and just hit Add? What that will do is find all text in our document that has the chapters style applied to it, and then it's going to take just the text and bring that information into the table of contents. We have to tell it what style to use for that text that it's bringing in. So there's the included styles and then the entry style for that information in the table of contents itself. So I need to pick a style. Why don't we do that? I'm going to choose something called Contents Chapters. I set up my names in such a way that I always know what contents style goes with my regular styles that are part of my document. So I'll have the same name as part of my content style with the word contents in front of it. Why don't we just click OK and see what happens? And then click on that frame, and it set up a very simple table of contents with only the chapter names. What if I wanted to include all of the subheads? Well, why don't we go back under that Layout menu to Table of Contents and continue. I have my subhead style. Let me just find that. Subhead 14/auto. And I'm going to hit Add. Now, if I don't do anything, it's going to use the same exact style as the included paragraph styles. Not what I want. I want to match this style in the included paragraph styles to some other style that I created specifically for my table of contents. So I'm going to choose Contents Subs. I could just click OK at this point and generate my table of contents, but let me hit More Options. You can see that I can actually apply a character style to just my numbers. Kind of cool. And I could apply a separate style between my entry and the number if I wanted. In this case, I'm not going to. This happens to be a level 2 entry, and it says level 2. So what it would do is have my level 1 entries, and then anything that's a level 2 entry under that would be listed. And then it goes back to the next level 1. If I wanted, I could sort my entries in alphabetical order. Kind of like an index, but not really. I could create PDF bookmarks. That is a cool feature, because if you were to export to an interactive Acrobat, your table of contents is interactive automatically. So if you click on a listing, it will go directly to that page in your document. Also, replace existing table of contents is checked by default. We don't have a book here, so I can't include book documents, but if we were creating a table of contents for a book, we would check that. You can run in your entries. We're not going to do that. And I also could include text on hidden layers. We're not going to do that either. And if you had numbered paragraphs, you could exclude the numbers or include the numbers only or include the full paragraphs that are numbered. We don't have any numbered paragraphs, so we're not going to be concerned with that. Now, all I have to do is click OK. But before I get there, the name that it's going to use for the title is Contents. I can change it to anything I want. It's going to apply my chapters style that is part of the main body of my document. Now, all I have to do is click OK. And let's see what happened. I'm just going to click OK again, and it did work. It set up all the level 1 entries, followed by the level 2s, and then the next level 1, followed by all the level 2s, and so on and so forth. So this feature handles a task that could take a lot of time automatically, and does it in a matter of minutes. In the next lesson, we'll be discussing indexes.